One of my favorite quotes is, "The dream is free, but the hustle, that's sold separately, baby." Especially when you're trying to put together a business, any business, whether it's a brick and mortar or online. Anytime you're trying to build something from the ground up, you got to remember that your hustle matters. What you do and what you don't do will determine how successful you will become.
There are a lot of people who would love to do what you just recently done, which is starting your own business. Tell us about that journey and how you got from November 2022 to opening up your first solo-owned business on your birthday, which is pretty dope.
Well, the first thing I tell you, man, is to jump. You know, once you jump out in that water and you realize nobody's coming to save you, either A, you're going to sink or swim. And, you know, at that point, you have a choice. You just, really, there is no choice. The only choice is to adapt and overcome. And that end up being a lifestyle. That's just how you live your life. No matter what comes, I got to learn, I got to adapt, I got to overcome. And then you just realize that you adapt, you overcome, you level up. You adapt, you overcome, you level up. And that just becomes how you live your life. But how I got into this was, you know, I used to get up at 3 a.m. and coach camps from 4:45 all the way through noon camp, which ended at 12:45. And I would leave Peachtree City around 1 o'clock, drive back to Midtown. And, you know, I was tired, definitely didn't want to cook anything, didn't have anything prepared for real. So what I would do is I hit up Uber Eats as soon as I left the gym, and by the time I made it to Midtown, my food would be right there warm, ready. And of course, I do my best to choose clean options. I can eat, refuel, go get my workout, and crush the second half of my day. Well, you know, this is during the time when inflation was going up, gas was going up, and I really started, you know, I'm ordering the same thing all the time, but I'm like, damn, this used to be $20. What's up with the $32? You know, it just caught my attention. And I started looking at it. You know, you got the gas charge, surcharge, tip, and it starts to add up. So I went back and I looked at how much money I was spending on Uber Eats, and it just really blew my mind. And it just so happened the exact same amount that it cost to buy the franchise was the exact same amount that I had spent year to date on Uber Eats. And it was just one of those things to me is like, God, I always pray that he make it plain so I don't miss an opportunity. That was plain. It's like, all right, dummy, I got something for you. You know what I'm saying? You need to make that switch. Here's an opportunity. The pros of entrepreneurship. Take this one with a grain of salt because there's different levels and stages and phases, but the freedom that comes with it, being able to manage your own schedule, being able to be your own boss. And the reason why I'm putting it in quotation, because that title is earned. When it's just you, if you're a sole proprietor, if it's just you and you don't have a team, then you don't have any off days. Because when you aren't working, your business is not working. You know, having that pressure on your back to where, hey, I'm tired. I don't feel motivated. I got to take care of my kids. Life is wearing my ass out. It doesn't matter, man. If you don't get up and make something happen, it is not going to happen because your success rises and falls on you. And you got to understand that. How do you manage the time when you're tired? Do you have the discipline, the drive, and the want to learn things that you do not want to know? And if you don't, if learning those things is taking you away from what's going to make you great, do you have the money? Can you afford to hire some things out so you can focus on what's going to generate and bring in the revenue? And then I would strongly advise any entrepreneur to surround their talent and skills, or to choose their business around their natural talent and their skills and their passion.
If you think about what it takes to be successful in that space as an entrepreneur, like you say, going at it alone, your success resides solely on your shoulders and your efforts. It makes a ton of sense to put that effort into something that you're passionate about, and you have a natural inclination and you're good at something, you know what I mean? It's wise to, okay.
Because you can enjoy it.
Focus your energy on just being the absolute best at what it is you're doing.
Absolutely.
And I feel like the money will come. You speak to that. I don't want to speak out of place, out of turn, because I haven't done it per se at a high level.
I'm saying, do you think that's the truth?
Like, focus your energy on delivering the best of whatever it is you can deliver, and the success will follow.
Absolutely. It has no choice but to follow you. It's energy. If you focus on becoming the absolute best that you can be, if you focus on delivering the absolute best experience, if you really enjoy what you're doing, that is infectious energy. We're surrounded by people all day, every day that are at work that do not enjoy what they're doing. What type of service are they giving? First and foremost, if you don't already have X amount of money in the bank, good credit history, you're not really going to get a loan from the bank. So you got to look for alternative means for resources. One thing I can tell you is you can always start small. I've done this several times over. You can work your main job and then work on your dream on the side. So you can get up early, find a ways to generate extra income. You got to sacrifice some sleep, for example. I didn't have all the money I needed. I need to hustle. Once I went in a different direction, I started training at another gym because A, they got me out of bed early. B, I could exercise my passion. C, there was a way for me to generate some income, and I could take that income and not live off of it, but pour every extra dollar into my dream. You follow me? So sometimes you got to work from 5 a.m. to 9, then you work from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. And then when you get home, you got to work from 5 p.m. to 9 p.m. again on your dream and your vision. So extend your days, extend your hours, work really, really hard, find alternative means of income by using your hustle. The second thing you can do is partner with someone that's like-minded, that's going in the same direction, that may have the resources. If you're really good at what you do, and you really have that passion, and you really touch people in a way that they can't deny, firsthand experience, they will come and invest in you. They will see something oftentimes in you that you don't even see in yourself, and you'll be amazed at the amount of people that you could come across and touch, and they'll be like, hey, I like what you're doing. You did. My life I was going through hell when I met you. You helped me go through X, Y, and Z. If you ever want to do more of this, you let me know. And that is some things that I experienced firsthand. People will get behind you because they believe in you and they'll support you. That happens a lot of times. But the key to that is just by giving people your best, because you never know who you're going to come in contact with. You never know when your day is going to come. You never know when your moment is going to come. You never know who you're talking to. So that's why it's imperative to give your best and to treat people like they deserve to be treated, because you don't know who could come in and change your life for the better.
I think that's a very valuable point right there. Just that in and of itself, because that is a huge roadblock for a lot of people wanting to start business, having the upfront capital to get started. Yep. Kind of double back to what we just touched on about getting in spaces, even if it's a side hustle, or even doing things for free.
Absolutely. Where you're exercising that gift and that passion. But think about it. Well, it's more than okay, because you're utilizing something you're good at that you enjoy to generate some income, some revenue to fund your vision. And if that hobby or that side interest is in line with how you want to build your business, not only you generating money to put into the money machine is what I call it, but you're also building and expanding your network.
That's it right there.
You got an opportunity to touch people and get them talking about you and generating a buzz.
That's it right there. That's the real value in doing things for free, is you get a chance to build up your network.
Man, let me show you what I can do.
And I think we said it before, your network
is your net worth.
Equals your net worth, right?
Absolutely,
so it's not about what you know, but who you know. We've all heard that before.
It's the truth.
So getting in spaces where the type of work that you want to do, or the field that you're trying to break into, or whatever that business is you're trying to build, getting around people that has had success, getting in those rooms, doing things.
Well, you never know when you're going to run into the person that can get you in the room.
Right.
You never know you're going to run into the person that can invest the money in you to help you go to the next level. You don't always need a bank. You don't know who has the money that might believe in you, that it might give you an opportunity.
I forget what Jay was referencing, Jay-Z, but he just said, man, just keep showing up.
Just in life, you got to keep showing up. Just keep showing up. Forget the Grammys. You got to keep showing up until they give you all those accolades you feel you deserve, until they call you chairman, until they call you a genius, until they call you the greatest of all time. You feel me?
Man, let me tell you something.
Just keep showing up.
You always hear about the David and Goliath story, right?
Right.
One thing about this story that I didn't know, because I've been on it lately, because it's like, facing your giants, overcoming, those unsurmountable circumstances in your life that they just yell out at you. You don't have the knowledge. You don't have the skill. You just can't do it, right? And we always heard about how you're just never supposed to shy away from those moments. But what I did not know is when that day came up, his day of destiny came up before he killed Goliath and walked into his destiny, became king of Israel. He was just delivering lunch, bro. He was a shepherd boy delivering lunch. It was a normal day. That's the crazy. I didn't realize that.
I never.
Yeah, you think, it's a showdown. This is David. This is Goliath. They gonna fade. They locked in for a fade on Friday at 7.
Right.
This right here for all the marbles, destiny doesn't come that way. From what I heard and what I've experienced a little bit from this TD Jakes sermon, it don't happen like that. He was doing what he normally did. He was just taking lunch, I believe, to his brother. Don't quote me on that, but he was just taking lunch. And as he was doing that, he overheard Goliath talking about Israel. And he overheard it and he said, "Is this not a cause?" And they tried to put on Saul's armor, but it didn't fit him. You can't get to the next level doing what everybody else think you should do. You got to do what you do.
Got to do
what you do. He had a rock,
do.
He had a slingshot, and he had a couple smooth stones. He was already vicious with a slingshot. He already had practice with the slingshot. That's just like when you see me as a trainer, that don't blow you. You've been knowing me for doing this my whole life.
Right.
So you utilize your talent, you utilize your passion, you should utilize something that you're already gifted and good at to help you overcome that crazy situation. And just be prepared for it, because it can come at any moment. And 9 times out of 10, it's going to come during your day, your norm. It'll hit on the day where you're not thinking much about it. You're just going through your daily routine. That's why it's important to get 1% better every day and to practice excellence, because you don't know when you're going to meet that person that can change your life forever and take you to the next level. After the smoke cleared, we was able to get open on March 6th, my 40th birthday. I was able to look back and see, man, this was part of God's plan the whole time. I thought it was supposed to be open on this day. I thought it was supposed to be on this day. But the reality is, it's 40 years ago, when I came to this earth through my mama's womb, he already had this plan for me. And you ask how that make me feel? That make me feel loved. That make me feel cared for. That makes me feel powerful. Because he knew the storms 40 years ago that I'll be facing right now. And he still decided to bless me on my birthday. That's the real love of a father. That's the real love of a great head coach. Just think about it, right? We call up a play, wide receiver. He burned the corner and the safety. He wide ass open. We throw him a deep ball. 50-yard touchdown, wide open, he drop it. You know how embarrassing it is to run back downfield after everybody say, then you got to run right back to the huddle, look your team in the face and say, my bad. And then coach to say, yeah, it was your bad, but guess what? We still believe in you, and we still going to give you another chance. We're going to call the same play because we know you're going to make it happen. That's how I felt. It's like, man, I need to believe in me because God believes in me. And if he believes in me, why can't I believe in myself? If he believes in me, I don't need a whole nation of people to believe in me. I just need to believe in myself. I need to eliminate the distractions. I need to learn what I need to learn to keep this moving downfield. I need to align myself with people that want to go in this direction. And the goal is, once you get it open, help as many people as possible, because it may be it's not even your business. It's his business. He's just loaning it to you. So I gotta keep that mindset, keep that mentality. That is not about me. It's about him.
You're going to fail in life. Man. And it's embarrassing. Like coming. You say, like that analogy that you just used, coming back to the huddle after you just drop that wide open bomb. The whole crowd is like, oh. You know, or the opposition is cheering because that's real too.
Glad to see you fail. He just dropped a wide open. He trashed his hell, dropped this wide open touchdown.
Just as much as people are disappointed or there are a lot of people that will be cheering for that too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But the quality people going to be, that's your huddle. They're going to let you know, hey, because they already know what you can do. It's all right. You're going to get them on the next one. Yep, keep your head up. And then coach, to me, represent, that's God. Like, yep, you dropped it. Guess what? What they tell you in football, special defensive back, you got a short memory. Hey, man, forget that.
Next play.
We coming right back. You got to play the next play.
Yeah.
The next play can change your life.
And I know one thing is that humans, people, we need something to believe in.
I know I do.
So why not believe in yourself?
Hey, that's a bar of bars. You dropping bars today.
They say life is 1090. 10% of what happens, and 90% of how you respond. Yo, I'm trying to elevate, so I'ma take the ups with the downs. Pound for pound, the greatest, God gave me the crown. Graduated from the streets, got my cap and my gown. Made mistakes on the way, but I turned them around.